Hi guys, so yesterday I gave you an assignment to do based on implementing macro analysis. So I gave you two questions which I wanted you guys to attend to and highlight the macro analysis that existed on GBP USD versus dollar index, and also on USD CHF against the dollar index. So now remember, when you are in a bullish market, right, when market is in a bullish market, you need to be in a position to highlight smart money accumulation, right? When you're in a bearish market, you need to be in a position to highlight smart money distribution. So this is based on the underlying versus the benchmark on both scenarios. So I gave you two questions. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go to my portfolio, and the first question was I would like you to highlight smart money accumulation for buy models on GBP USD, right? So you were looking for a period where dollar index made higher high, that is basically running buy stop liquidity, and then pound USD at the same time fails to make a lower low. So when dollar index makes a higher high, you expect pound USD to also make a lower low. So the assignment was for you to highlight that time period when dollar index did not make, when pound USD did not make a lower low, yet dollar index was making a higher high. So I'm on investing.com. I'm going to go to the daily chart. So your time period was from the 27th of September, right? So we're going to go, so this is October, so we need the 27th. So it was roughly from here, right? And then I need to have dollar index on the other chart. You see, this is now you implementing macro analysis, dollar index on the daily time frame, also from the 27th of September, right? So on this chart, there's a time period when dollar made a higher high and Euro USD failed to make a lower low, right? That's exactly what I just wanted you to do, right? Once you have determined that, guys, it means you'd have been looking for buy positions on pound USD, because dollar index has run stops in the form of buy stops. So you can see here, I'm just gonna grab my drawing tool. You can see we've got dollar making a high on the 30th of September, and then a higher high on the 12th of October, right? That's dollar index. You can clearly see high, higher high, right? And then when we look at the same period on pound USD, in the same period from September 30th, which is this low, right, up until September, up until 12 October, right? What were we anticipating pound USD to do? We needed to see pound USD trade lower to create a new low, but that did not happen. There was supposed to be a new low from this low here in order to complement what dollar index was doing. Pound USD did not run sell stops, right? Sell stops were not liquidated on pound USD. That's a sign of strength. right? Dollar index ran buy stops above this level. They were run here. That's distribution, right? Smart money was distributing in dollar index. Smart money was accumulating in pound USD. It was accumulating for what? For buy models, right? So we had smart money accumulating on pound USD. This is what I wanted you to do. Now, just for interest sake, right? Just for interest sake, before we go to USD CHF. So this is pound USD. You'd have already noted that, okay, pound did not make a lower low. So basically, you're looking for moves to the upside after 12th of September. What did price action do after the 12th of September, right? We had a bullish order block, right? Now, once this happens, when you go on to lower time frames from the 12th of October, you'd have been looking for price action to trade to the upside. What was supposed to be your first target, right? We got this high right here. That would have been the target for longs that you'd have entered in this price action. You see this candle here. This is where you'd have been trading to the upside. You'd have been loading your long positions. Once this level has been cleared, once the buy stops have been cleared, and you know that momentum is building to the upside, you can see we've got a fair value gap right here. You would have been expecting price to close that gap, right? You'd have been expecting price to close that gap, and ultimately when price reached for this bearish order block, then your mentality would have been switched on for price to face resistance, right? So you'd have been looking for buying positions from 12th of October up until the 20th of October. This would have been a very profitable week in terms of long positions on pound USD, based on implementing just macro analysis. You needed to see pound USD making a lower low. So some are going to argue that, but Ivan, how then would I have recognized that pound has failed to make a lower low? Now remember, if you're in the mentorship group, specifically for the mentorship guys, you know that we use this on MWD, that's monthly, weekly, and daily. You wait for the daily candle to what? To close, for you to look for divergency, for you to implement this strategy. You look for divergency. So if I go to a lower time frame, say 4 hours, let me zoom out a bit. You see, this is our daily candle, right? This is the 13th now. Look at this candle on the 13th. This is what? This is reaccumulation. Price returning to fair value. Fair value in the form of what? A bullish order block on H4. You see? Because you had a fair value gap right here. You see? We had a fair value gap. Let me grab my pen too. We've got a fair value gap here. Once you'd have seen that, okay, pound did not make the required lower low, and then the following day, which is the 13th, this is already the 13th, price rallies away during the London session, New York open, we probably have a what? A reaccumulation, and then after that, boom, price shoots to the upside. Where would have been your target? This level here. You see, that would have been your target, this old high. Why that old high? Because that's where buy stops would have been residing. This retracement to the downside, further opportunity for you to load long positions, emphasizing smart money reaccumulating. So that's what I wanted you guys to do on pound USD, to give emphasis on how you'd have been trading to the upside from the 12th of October. Now the second assignment was based on dollar index versus USD CHF. Dollar index against the Swiss franc. So this one here, you were supposed to highlight smart money distribution, right? For sell models. Distribution for sell models on which asset? On USD CHF, right? You were looking for a period where dollar index made a higher high. We already have highlighted that period. Now, so we're looking for a period from 13 September, right? I'm just gonna put 13 September. So from 13 September up until current price action, we needed a period where dollar was making a higher high. Dollar made a higher high on the 12th of October. Did we see that on USD CHF? No, we did not see that. Now, the previous high on dollar was 30th of September, right? So if I grab my trend line to 30th of September, we've got a high. That is correct. It is matched on dollar index. But did we create another high? No. 12th of October, we created a higher low, right? That's smart money distributing for sell models on USD CHF. You see, this is smart money redistributing for sell models. Smart money has already taken out this high, right? Buy stops have been liquidated right here. Buy stops have been liquidated, right? So you'd have been already knowing that, okay, USD CHF is in a bearish model. You're looking for short positions. If you needed further emphasis, further analysis, further information for you to be 90, 95%, 100% sure that USD CHF is going to drop to the downside, you'd have been seeing dollar making a high at a time when USD CHF is failing to make another high, right? So this was USD CHF returning to what? To fair value, right? So you'd have been knowing that, okay, USD CHF is redistributing at the same time when dollar index was running buy stops. Dollar index was distributing, right? From there onwards, you'd have already noted that, okay, 12th of October, you've got a bullish order block. Market redistributed, price ran to the downside. Now I'm going to go to the full chart, right? Now on the full chart, if I come to H4, we zoom out, you can see this is the 13th, this is the 12th, 13th. You clearly have price returning to fair value. There's a whole lot of confluence here. You've got buy stops for these two equal highs being ran here. You can see this candle traded above this high and this high. These are relatively two equal highs. Buy stops cleared, price trades to the downside. See this candle here, this candle returns to fair value. This candle returns to the low of this bearish order block at a time when dollar has made a higher high and USD CHF is failing to make a higher high. Then after that, market is bearish. Return to fair value, market is redistributing again for sell model. Return to fair value, market is redistributing for sell model. Return to fair value in the form of liquidity void and fair value gap. You can see how price closed this fair value gap here. You see, this is now you just following price all the way for consecutive, I don't know, 5 or 6 days. You're just following price. You can see here price returns to fair value, you are shorting the asset. So that's the assignment which I gave you guys to attend to. So if you're not in the mentorship, guys, some of the things that we are discussing here, they might be a bit alien to you, but that's not an issue. You can join the mentorship, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, or make sure you click the subscribe button, and make sure you have your notifications set on, so that every time I upload these free tutorials on the channel, you get a notification for the new video. So yeah, with that, folks, I wish you guys good luck and happy trading, guys. Thank you.